This is just a quick little video to show kind of in real time what the process looks like for me to apply patterns to the wood, at least the typical way that I do with the printing out from the computer. So you can see I've got the pattern printed out on a laser printer, not ink printer, and wood prepared. So the first thing that I do is kind of hold up and look through to find the extreme points, the outermost edges. On this case, the points of the square that I'm going to be doing. And then that allows me to see where how the pattern lines up as I line up the pattern on the wood, since it's hard to see through the paper, and that way I can kind of have a little cheat there. And oops. So I'm just trying to make sure that all four of these dots are lined up and pointed more or less toward the corners of the wood. And these aren't perfect squares. The pattern is designed as a perfect square, and these pieces of wood aren't quite perfect. I think they're cut out by hand, so they're not as exact as would be ideal. So once I get that lined up, then I take a piece of masking tape, find a part of the paper that doesn't have any pattern on it, tape that, wrap it over, and so that holds it in place but also allows me to peel it up as I go. So I've got my pattern transfer tool here, basically a wood burner with a flat paddle as a head, and so I'll heat it up. So when I heat up the paper, it deforms, it kind of changes the shape and size, so I like to hold it in place and kind of go once over the entire design, the whole piece of paper, to kind of even it out, make sure it's all staying put. And one thing I noticed is when you have enough of a design like this, enough toner on the paper, it actually kind of grabs onto the wood. So you can see now it's like kind of stuck on there, which is good. That'll hold it in place while I do what I want. So then grab a corner of it here and kind of apply a little bit of pressure and peel the paper up as I move the transfer tool around. And what this heat does is it's kind of like an iron-on heat transfer, is causes the toner to release from the paper, get stuck in the wood grain on the project, and that way I've got it settled down. So you can see, at least for a small piece like this, it goes pretty quick. It does transfer some of the heat from the tool into the wood as well, so I need to move it quickly and not spend too much time in any one spot, but that also means that it can cool off and become less effective as you do more of them, so I need to take breaks every once in a while if I'm doing a larger pattern. So you can see, just like that, in about a minute or so, can apply the nice clean pattern to the project that I'm working on. And that is great for like now. I've got a whole stack of these that I'm working on for an upcoming class.